Sup guys, if you are interested in getting coached by me personally, join my Discord, link is down below. Also, we're going to be releasing a massive Patreon for a really cheap price, so I'm gonna keep you updated on that on the Discord. Anyways guys, I've helped loads of people in the past couple of weeks, most of them have improved tremendously, even with just one session. So, just so you know that, join Discord and enjoy the video. Sup guys, back with a new banger. Currently it is 5 AM, okay? Just woke the fuck up, that's why my eyes are this red. I didn't smoke no weed. Alright, so in this video we are going to be talking about how to control the map on Nidalee. And I am specifically saying Nidalee because I believe, and I don't think it's belief, I think it's just a fact, Nidalee is most likely the best champ if you have overall the mechanics and the fundamental understanding of tempo on the map. And I'm gonna explain to you what tempo really means. I think I'm using it kind of, free in this term. Tempo usually is, base, recoil timings and all of that, tying into, objectives and, using a base so you are in time for an objective and spending a gold at the right time, right? It's a very complex thing, but overall that's what it is. I'm more so saying tempo in a way that recognizing your lead and actually not basing. Because on Nidalee, you can be in like 1 minute, you can be on like the entire map, right? And do so much shit. And again, you can do this on Viego, on Graves to an extent. On champs, which are gonna be aggressive, you can do this to an extent, but Nidalee really is the greatest champ, and this is literally why you will see Chinese Nidalee players. They are most likely, or not most likely, most of the time you will see them being on the map with 2k gold. Because, like, most of the time you're gonna be playing Dark Seal, you're gonna be having boots, you have insane map scaling, right? And if you are ahead, they know again how to push the limits and how to control like the entire enemy jungle with diving and all of the shit, right? It's not making a lot of sense as of right now, but I'm gonna show you in this game. This was roughly, I think, Bled Elo. I just wanted to play a game of Nidalee in low Elo so you guys can see really what works. Again though, this works in any Elo, but I'm gonna be releasing high Elo games soon. This is gonna be one of my last low Elo games, or not last, but like one of them. But yeah. Quickly over the early game, I actually wanted to start red buff here. I advise every one of you, if you play Rengar, do the coach in Rengar. I told him just start red buff, unless the top matchup is really fucking bad. Aggressive champs really need red buff, right? And the reason for that is because, think about it. What does a blue buff give you, and what does a red buff give you? Think about it. A blue buff gives you nothing. I know someone in comments told me it gives you ability haste. Yes, that's nice. But if I compare a blue buff to red buff, bro, that's like nothing, right? So, don't get me wrong, but champs like Nidalee, Graves, the slowing, the damage, you people really don't realize how insanely strong that is, right? So when it comes to invading, when it comes to ganking, all of the aggressive stuff, you obviously want to have red buff, right? And again, do not start red buff if you have such a bad top matchup, but in this game, again, I'm playing Nidalee, I have great setup top side, and guys, it's not like I cannot go bot side right after this. I'm gonna show you all my options if I start red buff in this game, right? Red into blue, invade his Gromp if we see them level 2, but you need a ward for that, and I usually do not recommend going for level 2 invades because I think they are kind of, especially for lower elo players, kind of coin flip. I usually advise for free camps, and if the enemy jungle is starting here, you might say, oh, but then I cannot invade him, right? You can still invade in top side, right? This invade, this level 2 invade is great if you want, if you have, a very strong bot lane. They're kind of weak and you're playing against a very weak champ. Again, not saying it's wrong, I'm just saying it's not gonna be as consistent for most people going for this level 2 invade, which you can do in Graves and Nidalee. My second option again would be after 3 camps go bot side, potentially invade those camps if we see the enemy jungle starting here and splitting the map and diving them, especially on Nidalee, right? And that's really my options, right? Because you have to think about it this way. Me starting red buff, even if I want to path bot side, if there is no opportunity after 3 camps to go bot side, most likely there won't be an opportunity after 6 camps. This is a very big generalization, and it's kind of wrong what I just said, but I just want you guys to understand, right? You can still be bot side. Invade the enemy jungle here if you have, his jungle warded, which you kind of want to do preferably. So you can split the map bot side here and just, invade him after 3 camps if you start a top side. Or, I mean, you can still go for, even if you started here, go for bot side gank, right? So I guess, guys, I'm just saying, I'm not saying fuck your pathing, I'm just saying, if you know you're playing a champ like this, playing for the jungle matchup is gonna be way more consistent. And again, in a perfect world, I'm on the red side team and I can start rep off and still have the option to path bot side. But again, guys, that's not gonna be the case every game. And I just value rep off so much I'm even starting there because I know I can fuck a Pantheon up on Nidalee if I'm mechanically somewhat good, right? Again, perfect world, I am on the red team and I can start rep off and still have the option to full clear to bot side if there's nothing going on the map. But again, this matchup, I think I completely fuck him. And you can also kind of get an idea of the game by just looking at the matchups, right? I have an Archer with Ignite. I have a Brand with Ignite. Really hard poking bot lane. Enemies are going to be very low. Archer with Ignite against Vex with Ignite. Very volatile matchup. Top lane, it's a Zac with TP and a Zac with TP, but the reality of the situation is they're going to be trading a lot. Think about Zac. He wants to jump in, right? So they are actually, even though it looks like a passive lane, they will be kind of low, right? They don't have Ignite. If they did, like, this would be a fucking Exodia game, right? But I know, great setup, right? They're going to be kind of low. This is, again, like, all of this stuff becomes very easy once you get very knowledgeable in the game. And this is why I am able to just be kind of creative in a way and know what I can do and kind of disregard pathing, right? Most people would say from low elo players, just path to bot side here, right? Again, gonna be consistent, you have a good bot lane matchup, but again, if you want to get the most out of your games, this is how you have to think about the game. Yes, pathing bot side in a perfect world is perfect, obviously, right? But again, it's not always going to be perfect. I just want to start a wrap up because this game is going to be very dynamic, and that's what you really love as Nidalee, right? This is why in Chinese super server, Nidalee, no matter which champ, she's always going to be fucking set tier, like the best champ ever, unless she's getting really gutted on a nerf or on a patch. Because like in those games, right? Especially in those games, which you see in China more. So I wouldn't take everything from China because people are very different in China, okay? On EU West, though, we are still kind of an aggressive region. And bro, in this game, I have to start rep off, especially on a champ like Nidalee. So that's a lot of yapping for the beginning, but I think it's important. I'm trying to incorporate in every video as much informative information as I can, right? I could go into every video, go into pathing, this, that. I don't have time to go in depth about anything. Or everything, right? But I'm just, trying to give you some gold nuggets here and there. And the stuff I'm saying is really applicable to every game. And you can really see, like, how much thought process goes into this. And the game hasn't even started yet, right? But I have the information already received on the matchups, on the jungle matchup, on the lane matchups, right? And that's going to be very important. Alright, so heading into this game, we were kind of invading them. I think it's honestly fine, even if it is low elo. Just don't try to inter, obviously, but I mean, I'm Nidalee, I want to get shit done, possibly, poke them so hard that I can even start on the jungler. If you saw my last video, on the first game I showed you in my last video, I was playing Nidalee as well, and, we invaded the Graves on his red buff. I poked him so hard, and the game was over from that, right? So that's what I'm looking for here. Again, I get Dark Harvest stack, so this is actually very good, right? Why would you not want to get a free lead on Nidalee? And I'm taking everything I can, right? Even if it's just a Dark Harvest stack. Again, though, we were invading because, again, if I am late to my buff, which I am not, like, you might even be able to go to blue off here, but I recognize I want to start rep off anyway, so this is, not too much waste of a time. Here again, starting rep buff, as I've said. And let's go into this game. So usually you want to ward, which we also did by this invade. So I can assume, or actually know, the Pantheon started on his top side camps. Again, if you are playing in high-low, maybe ping your mid laner to ward this if you cannot, so we know for sure which camp he's doing. In this game, he actually started on his Raptors, as we will see later on. This is so important because the Raptors leashless start is such a bad start, especially for low elo players, because most of them, they will leave this camp up and you can invade this on your first clear. I will show you though how I do it in this game. Again, every game is gonna be kind of different in a way, based on the map state. But that's kind of important to know if to start on their red buff or on the Raptors, because the jungle camp respawn time is going to be very different. Again, Raptors 4 minutes, Krux is going to be at 420, or the Grom, depending on where they start on the map. Wolves are also going to respawn at 3:55 to 4 minutes like the Raptors, but who the fuck starts Wolves, right? So, as you can see in this game, usually you will, unless you go for level 2 play, right, which I do not advise. It's not very, I would say, consistent, because again, level 2 you only have 2 abilities, especially on Nidalee you can do a level 2 play, but usually I just advise you guys go for level 3 and then go for play. It's gonna be way more consistent, especially on Nidalee. You're gonna have your 3 abilities, and I go mid lane here. This is actually I think a good play. Again, if you are Nidalee, you have to have the mechanics. I'm not saying don't go for this play if you just start outplaying Nidalee, because you have to fail your way to success. And I'm fine with you guys just, losing a game here and there, just starting out to play Nidalee, or if you have actually been in Nidalee main, but just go for plays which look guaranteed, where you think, okay, if I'm a Chinese Nidalee, I'm a challenger Nidalee, this gank for sure works, right? Again, maybe it doesn't work for you because you don't have the mechanics, but you need the confidence. And I kind of hate to tell you guys this, but if you're playing Lee Sin, Nidalee, all those champs, they are great. But you really have to capitalize off the fucking shit that you can go for. And I can tell you, you would not believe what kind of place you can go for if you are mechanically good. And I talk a lot about fundamentals, but if you play those champs, really put an emphasis on mechanics. And again, you're gonna fail some ganks, right? And you can see here, this gank is really great for me. And I'm just waiting for Vex to use her fear here, which is kind of important. So I'm just looking, now she used fear, now I'm going in, right? But as you can see, like, this is a great gank, I think. Mechanically good spear. You kind of want to wait it out, and just poke them with your red buff. So, and once they start moving back and forth, then you can look for the spear, right? Again, though, I'm a failure gank. I should flash E and thank you, because my Q deals execute damage. She actually, I would have killed her here, right? Again, though, great gank. I think I just kind of misplayed it mechanically. I'm not, I am confident on Nidalee, but I lost some practice here and there. After this, obviously, bot lane, they killed them. I'm just going to my top side camps here, protect them in case the Pantheon is looking to invade it, which he did, right? And this is kind of important. Pantheon is over here. I don't care about him getting my blue buff. I really don't, right? Because I think that mid gank was worth it. If I played it better, I would have killed the Vex. So again, guys, don't lose your mental here, losing like one camp for a gank, which was guaranteed, right? So that's really what I'm trying to, ingrain into your brains. Like, it might seem bad that I lost my blue buff here, but the reality of the situation is, I lost blue buff for a potential kill on mid lane, which was kind of guaranteed if I played it good, right? Again, though, mechanically, Pantheon, this is important on champs like Nidalee or Lee Sin. We know he's running away, right? He's kind of scared of my mid prior. So I just want to cut off his escape line, right? If I throw the spear and he moves back, right, I can just poke him then and wait for my lanes to move. So I just want to go for the play, which is going to allow me to keep this guy over here, because I know of mid prior. This example, though, he actually runs into it because that's where he wanted to run. And that's going to allow us to kill this guy now. Again, as you can see, even if you fail a mid gank, if you know mechanically how to play your champ, you're just gonna punish a Pantheon who's gonna invade you as Nidalee, right? It's really fucking stupid for him. Obviously, it's not a bad invade necessarily by him, but the thing is, like, I'm Nidalee, he's Pantheon, like, I have mid prior. That's how we fuck him up, right? Right here, that's gonna reward us with 2 kills, I believe. So let's see. After all of this, I'm just going to my top sec camps after this, right? We just killed both of them. I have top sec camps up. This will not respawn until 420. You should ping that Pantheon out of base is coming here. You should also press tab to see how much CS he has, but at that point I know he had time like me to do his 3 top sec camps, so he should have 4, 8, 12 CS. Each camp gets 4 CS. He also took my blue buff, so 16. Again, press tab though to see what he did. Maybe he invaded your entire bot set here, but he actually had red buff, so that wasn't the case. And after this, I'm just looking, and I'm actually pinging out of base Pantheon. You know, my bot lane pushed up. Be careful, guys, right? I'm not saying your bot lane, it will not die there, especially low lane. They might most likely will regardless, even if you ping. But the point of the pinging is really to make your bot lane, to really think about where the enemy jungler is. And, you know, bonus on top, maybe your bot lane doesn't die that way, right? And this is kind of important here. It's 4 minutes, right? And we just saw, we actually had the respawn time on this. This just respawned, right? And I right now know, if you think about the enemy jungler's POV, what he sees on a map, he will see this camp up. As we said, we respawn at 4 minutes if we did the leisure start. He's already out of base somewhere over here, right? If we ran here. He will never go to one camp topside. He will go to all of his 3 bot camps and the scuttle crab. And on Nidalee especially, but I think this you can do this on any champ here. I am valuing getting a camp because it gives me 4 CS and it's going to deny him 4 CS. This is why invading, unless you're going to lose something for it, it's really a no-brainer most of the time. So I right now know, me knowing what the Pantheon did and what he sees on the map, 3 bot side camps up with Scuttle Crab and only 1 top side camp. I right now know that I can invade this for free. And again on Nidalee, this is how you completely jungle diff them. You just take, you don't full clear, but if you clear camps, you're going to be clearing the enemy camps if you can, right? Because this is really how you create a massive jungle gap. And with invading, you're always going to be in positions to, you know, get shit done on the map, ganking wise, because you're always going to be, you know, on a very good angle for ganks. Again though, I go for this invade because not only am I getting a camp, I'm denying him a camp here. And it's not like I'm going to lose anything here, right? It's 4:30. You know, my Crux will respawn at 4:20, which they already did, as you can see. I have time to do this camp and still be in time there for my Raptors, which will respawn at 4:40. Each camp after Crux is going to respawn 20 seconds later, unless you go for ganks, right? Then it's going to be kind of later, because then you haven't finished your camp yet. I right now know I'm not going to lose anything for this invade, because this guy just came out of base. Raptors are going to be spawning 10 seconds. I have time to do this, right? So that's what I end up going for. Get a free camp here. Again though, this is also great because this camp is level 2. Or leveled up, right? If you do a camp, it's going to level up in terms of gold and XP. Right now, I know I have to base here, not only because of my gold, but also because if you recard, you have to think about it this way. I am initially recarding here because I know Pantheon is going to be bot side, and I want to protect my bot side camps here. And I want to recard because I want to cover his counterplay. Again, League is like chess, it's move based, it's not a fucking a fighting game, or in a way it's really like chess. You have one move, I went for the move of going here, taking his Raptors, he made his move and he went to his bot side camps, right? Now my next move, recard and protect my Raptors, right, out of a base. And his move might be after going bot side to this, right? So I'm just countering his best move here, because I already gained something, right? And I don't want to use the lead by allowing him to just get my Raptors here. And this is really important here. Again, I also want to be bot side, that's where my camps are up. And again, this is where the Pantheon might be his counterplay to my play of invading him. And out of base, you immediately want to run there. Because again, guys, like I could also be running to my Crux here, right? But I know this is his best move, and most people would say, oh, but I want to run to Crux and then Raptors because that's going to be efficient for my camp respawn cycle, right? Guys, it doesn't matter, right? If you go to Crux here, you will lose against a good player Raptors here, right? Because that is his best answer to this play, right? Which you did right here. So I don't give a shit about my camp respawn timers, because if I'm not going to Raptors here, I might just lose them. Here we also see him on vision. Even if I did not, I would still go here. So as you can see, this is going to allow me now to, you know, just... You have to think about it this way, right? He's going here, now I'm here. Like, now he's fucked. He really is fucked now. Because his move is not going to work out. Because also, I know I'm strong, right? I'm Nidalee. Like he's never gonna get anything here because I'm just way stronger than him, right? Of course, if I fuck up completely mechanically, he might still be able to get this camp, right? But Pantheon recognizes he cannot go for this. Right here, actually, I go mid lane, Vex just completely into it. And again, like she just used all of her cooldowns and I'm literally with that, like I'm just popping, right? Okay, what are we gonna do after this? I mean, I have time to clear this mid wave here, you know, I'm already here, so I might as well take those. After this, I am actually going top side. This is kind of important, right? I now go here. The reason for that is because I'm not going to lose this and I kind of want to get my wolves off the map. And then I can still path bot side here. If I saw the Pantheon going to my Raptors, I would again immediately answer him on that. I just went to my wolves here because I wanted to get them off the map. They're still level 1. And I can still move bot side here. And I'm not going to lose my camps, right? After this, I actually decide to go bot side here. This is so important, guys. There are 2 options you have. The crops are gonna spawn in 15 seconds, right? But if I go for crops, Pantheon might just be able, because I'm over there, to invade all my bot side camps, right? I do not value crops that much, and I don't think you should on Nidalee. Because you're gonna be so aggressive on the map, you're gonna lose out on level if you go for crops here. And again, crops are fine if you can take them for free, but I do not want the Pantheon to be splitting the map bot side. And he can really go for this. Like these camps are guaranteed. And then he might just, you know, get Drake, kill my bot side. I just know the value he can possibly gain on the bot side here is so much greater than crops, potentially. And I think even just with him getting 2 camps, like Raptors are going to be 8 CS for him, right? Because he's gaining 4 CS and he's denying me 4 CS. And then the Crux is going to be, you know, 16 CS. So this is basically a jungle for 4 camps because of the invading aspect, right? So this is why I'm going to Raptors, and this is so important. It's not like I'm going to lose crops going for this because he literally showed on the board going bot side, right? So I'm again covering his best options, making a bot side play, taking my camps here, right? And I'm just, again, this is matchup trade. I'm matching him on the map here. I do not want him to get anything on the map here for free. Be it Drake, be it my camps, be it a bot side play, right? I want to match him here. Again, you could say in a different game, if you have a hard losing bot lane and you really, even if you are there and you're strong, they're so weak that you cannot do shit there and Pantheon get a play, then fine. Then we trade the map. I go for this, right? Because maybe they have prior, they can invade me, right? Then I'm going topside here because that's my best play. But right now, I know I'm this much stronger. I'm not giving him shit for free. I'm gonna cover my camps. I'll potentially look for a bot lane play or counter gank. I'll look to, you know, contest him on Drake, whatever it is, right? So this is why I'm going here. I do not go for grubs here because it's not like he's topside, right? I just want to match him here. I also got my camps up over here. So that's what I end up doing, getting my Raptors. My bot lane actually ends up dying. So after this, I actually immediately recognize, okay, enemy bot lane, as you can see, they were full HP, right? We saw Pantheon bot side, so I cannot go for bot side play, right? My ADC said only Brand here. Even if he goes for dive here, they are all full HP. I'm not that strong, right? So right now I recognize, okay, now the situation changed, right? My bot lane is dead, plays over, and I cannot really defend this Brand anyways if they dive him. So I'm going for the next best play. You could go for Crux here, but I'm actually thinking about going to Krabs here. Because again, Pantheon showed bot side here. At that point, I'm stronger, but there's really, you know, my ADC died, there's really nothing I can do. He can take Drake now, he can do his bot camps, whatever, right? Again, my ADC died, there's really nothing I can do at that point. So all I'm thinking about here is potentially mid gank. Again, get value. Because he was bot side, or just the crops, right? Because right now, I mean, I also got my Raptors, right? There's really nothing for me to do. Right here, actually, I recognize, okay, now the Brom is kind of low, so this is why I went here. And I also have mid prior, so this guy cannot move. If they were full HP, I would never go here, guys. I would never. And I actually see they still have 2 minions here. They're really pushed up here. And again, I'm kind of quick on Nidalee. I have boots, I have my Cougar from with W. I can really be fast here. But again, if my mid lane was hard losing here, I would never go for this, most likely. Only because he's in the roam timer and the Brand actually poked him kind of out. So you can really see, like 10 seconds ago, I talked about I'm not going bot side because it's not guaranteed, right? But now if I look bot lane, they still have to push in this wave. And they're really pushed up and really fucking low, right? So just thinking about it this way, even if Pantheon is here, my mid lane is on the roam timer. As you can see, they're really low, so I can make a play work. Again, this is gonna be attached to some mechanics. I get a kill, I get 2 Dark Harvest stacks. Again, guys, now I want to immediately recall. What this action is not doing is just chasing her and dying. First of all, we saw Pantheon bot side. And again, like, I cannot chase this Jinx, right? It's not guaranteed at that point. I mean, I might just run like this, but if I miss one spear, she's gonna escape. So what I'm thinking about here, fine, bot plays over. There's really only Crux up for me. I have a bunch of gold here. And I want to immediately recall, because I know at 6:45 is the timing for his red buff. This is always gonna be consistent. The first buff is always gonna spawn at roughly 6:45, 6:50 minutes-ish at the in-game timer. He shot bot side, so he will have top side regardless. I want to match him on the top side, because now he might just get corrupts if I don't recall, right? If he is, I'm gonna be there in time, I'm gonna have a gold spend. He can never do them for free unless he is winning lanes. But again, consistency wise, there's nothing bot side for me. Play is over. At that point, you know, my action should just go mid lane now. My bot lane is resetting, we just killed them. Again, I go top side to match him here, because now he might get crops. I don't want to give this guy anything for free here. So that's why I recall. I immediately go top side here. Again, out of base, if there is nothing you can do, you just do your crump here. Again, though, I have a sack with passive. It's not like he's going to be dying. And the enemy set is really on a recall timer here. He has a bunch of gold. And he's really low. And I just know with the setup I have here, I can go for this easily. So that's what I'm doing here. Of course, some mechanics attached to all of this, but I mean, that's what it is, right? And literally, that's what we like about this champ. And as you can see, easy kill. And now I'm immediately going to Grubs, because the Pantheon might just be there. I actually don't think he is, because he recognized he cannot contest this. But again, like, this guy is topside, right? And we will see him soon. He cannot, like, this game is so rough for this guy, because I'm just permanently matching him and going for the best options, right? Imagine I stayed bot side. If I stayed bot side and chased the Jinx, right? Maybe I'm not even getting her, and he might just go for top side play. He might get the crops for free, maybe my camps, right? I'm just matching the guy at that point and always covering his counterplay. This is kind of important. I'm playing this very slow, because my top laner still is not in position to move. He had to push out his wave, and I'm just waiting for a mid laner here to move. Again, do not end 1v2 here. Here, I'm actually totally fine with the Pantheon. I'm baiting him here, because I'm full HP, and if he uses all of his cooldowns, now he has nothing, right? So now he's literally a cannon minion. I have now recognized, okay, my top laner can move now, so we just kill this guy, right? Obviously, this is like Platinum Elo or some shit. This is still gonna work against better players. Maybe they don't end right, but at least I get the crops in for free. He actually dies. This also happens massively. You would not believe, like, people are losing their mind over good nearly. And here, obviously, I know this has to be up, because I killed him. He didn't have red buff, but also because of the time. It's 8 minutes. He started top side. This spawned now for sure, right? Just like my first buff. And again, he's dead. I have mid prior. The enemy set has to catch his wave. So I'm not doing grubs here, because I can just get this red and this raptors, which is going to equal to 16 CS of a jungle difference here. And I'm that strong, I can still go for grubs after that, right? So that's why I end up going for his camps here. Enemy Vex has to go mid lane here. Pantheon is dead for another 2 seconds. At that point, I can just freely take all of his camps here. So what am I going to do after that? I will actually, let me see what I do here. Okay, so I actually went bot side here. This is really important, guys. You have 2 options here. You actually have like 10 options, but like the 2 reasonable options would be for me to go for crops, get those 2 crops off the map, then potentially, you know, go for my camps and then recall and go bot side, because that's where the Pantheon is going to be. I might also go for crops, immediately recall and cover this if the Pantheon is here in time, but I think the first option would be better, because he just died, he's coming out of base. I have time for all of this and then recall. What I look like what I'm doing here is I'm immediately going bot side here. And I'm going to tell you why. I already got the first crop, which gives you the most XP. I can get those crops for sure, I think. Even though my sack is not here, but this actually can be in time in case the set is moving. The reason why I'm going bot side here is because the Pantheon is going to run out of base over here. So if I just go here, right, to my bot side camps, my bot lane just made a play. I can really look to be bot side, clear my camps, and cover his invade option. And while I'm doing that, I'm also matching him. And I right now know, even if this guy is not going for play, but I will go here, take Raptors, my red buff, my Crocs, and then I will recall. I take 3 camps, he's gonna take 3 camps. Then his only option would be to go to Drake, but then I'm just going top, I'm gonna get his camps, I'm gonna get grubs, I'm gonna get my camps. I have so much shit topside here. And I realize right here, I have so much gold. If I just get this camp, this and this, I'm gonna be so fat. And then I don't give a shit if he's going to Drake. I'm just gonna recall and get all of my another 3 camps, the grubs, maybe his camps, right? And then he's gonna be going topside. So I'm matching him on the top side in advance here, right? Also, my bot lane is kind of pushed up here, so I can look to, counter gank him if he was to go for gank. My bot lane is actually pretty high on HP, so I didn't even think that was the case here. I'm going bot side here to get my camps off the map and to just match him on the 2 grubs top side, right? Because if I go for grubs here, he might just look to invade me out of base here, right? So I'm again matching him and covering his options here. Again, I took his red buff, I took his raptors. Now I'm going to my bot side quadrant because that's where he will head out of base. And I will just get all of those camps. So that's what I end up doing here. And now I immediately recall, right? Again, guys, I don't think it's bad if you go for grubs into this and you recall and go bot side here and play for the Drake. For me though, I recognized, okay, if I just do this, I have a great base and now I can play for the grubs. I think first Drake is not as valuable and I don't think it's that guaranteed, right? And I kind of have a great setup topside. I'm just trying to get you into behind the thought process here. I don't think me going for grubs and then my topside camps is bad. But this is just my thought process in the game, right? This is how I'm completely up on tempo. I have so much more CS than him and I'm permanently covering his best play, right? So out of base I'm going topside here. The set actually ended up taking grubs, that's whatever. I'm overall just completely differing this guy in terms of camps, me invading him perma and taking my camps in, just covering his invade options. After this, I actually decide, my mid laner actually died here. He never should die, I think he died solo over here. And we actually see the Pantheon here if we look at this. So right now, as we acknowledged previously, having him killed on grubs, I took this and this. His only option is to go here, right? We actually see him now. So he did this camp while I did this. Now he's showing mid lane, right? So right now, my mid lane is actually inting here. That's whatever, right? I cannot gank right now. It's really bad. Like we saw the Pantheon, he still dies. I don't know what my mid lane is doing here. And I actually just saw the Pantheon on vision going like this. So I right now know, okay. As of right now, I cannot go here immediately because it doesn't look guaranteed. It's going to be a 4v3. Or a 3v4 for us. So I'm just saying, okay, I'm just going to take my camps here, right? And look what is going to present itself on the map. A gank, an invade, whatever, right? So I know I have time to do this. They haven't started Drake yet. But after I finish my 2 camps, I know now they are going to be in Drake, right? I don't see a top lane opportunity. Set is really high HP. It's not like he's 1 HP. So I immediately move bot side here. Because I'm 5-0. I know I'm way stronger than Pantheon. I also know my Archer is going to be respawning in 1 second, right? So he's gonna be there for backup by the time we are fighting here. Again though, you kind of want to play the fight slowly if you are reliant on the action. But I just know, looking at this picture, my bot lane really is strong. They have my Misfortune is 3-1, I believe. We can see him fighting here, poking them. I just want, because I'm Nidalee, I have boots, I'm Nidalee with my W, I'm so fast gonna be there. Even if it's just a 3v4 for us. Again though, it won't be, my action is gonna be respawning and we're gonna have him as backup here. This is gonna be 4v4. They haven't started, they just have started Drake if they did it. I can really go here and be really a nuisance here. And I think I can even 2v1 them at this point. But this is why I'm going bots here. His camps are not up. My top camps, I just did 2 of them. If I went for Grumpy, potentially the Pantheon can go for bot side play. He can get the Drake for free. I want to match him here. And again, there was no top side opportunity. This is why I'm immediately going to Drake here. I'm also pushing in this mid wave, so the Vex is losing something for all of this. So I'm immediately going bot side here. And this is really the game-winning play, even though the thought process behind it is so good. I will tell you the biggest difference between challenger jungling and anything below it is challengers are always going to be at the right place at the right time. With all the fundamentals we have just talked about in this game, this is what allows me now to be here. And as you can see, me recognizing I'm Nidalee, I'm really strong, I can beat her. This, imagine I was not here, right? This might be an even fight. Or maybe, this would be a 1-4-2 or 2-4-2, right? I actually now, because I'm here and I recognize I'm this strong, my action's coming out of base, right? I'm this much stronger than Pantheon. I can contest them on Drake, on this player or this. They actually end up, just going on my bot lane, and I'm able to clean up because of all of this. Imagine you just stand Gromp here. I get Gromp, but then I get nothing here, right? Again, I recognize I'm fast as fuck, I'm really strong, I want to be there. And that's what the case is right here. Right here, I actually go for the Drake because I think you want to get the Drake off the map unless there's really a bunch of shit you can gain. But I think the Pantheon just came out of base. Their bot lane is going to respawn soon. I can maybe get one of his camp. But again, like Drake is more important than one camp, I think, here, right? And I have enough damage to do this in time. So that's what I end up going for. And also because, the enemies, they just died. Death times are really low in the early game. So they're going to be coming out of base. So invades might, I might get one camp at most. This is why I end up going for Drake here. After Drake, there's Scuttle. And after this, I actually end up, and this is kind of important on Nidalee, I have this much gold, right? But I don't need to have a base to completely fuck the Pantheon here. Again, usually you would say that you want to base here. And if you are playing Shyvana or something like this, you want to base right now. But I know I'm Nidalee, I have my Lich Bane, I have my Darksteel at 10 stacks. My bot lane just came out of base, they're gonna be here, they're really strong, they want to be fighting. I really want to take advantage of my strong lane here. So I know me playing Nidalee, even though I have this much gold, I don't have to spend this gold. I'm already as strong as I need to be. I have literally 10 Dark Harvest stacks, right? I'm playing against the Pantheon in the jungle. I can now, after Drake, look to still invade this guy. Because my teammates are gonna be there, I have Pyra mid lane, and I'm really, even though it looks like I'm weak with this much gold, I'm really fucking strong. I have my first item, I have 10 Darksteel stacks, that's all I need on Nidalee, right? So this is why I now go for invade here, and we can actually see the Pantheon now over here on his, coming here to his blue buff. If it doesn't come, right, I'll just take his entire bot side, right? If he happens to go top side here, I'm just gonna take all of this and recall and play from my top side camps then. In this case though, we actually, as you can see, I just completely one-shot this guy. He blocks my Q with the shield, but that's, who gives a shit. I'm just permanently in his face because I know my limits on this champ. After this, I'm playing it kind of slow because Vex was moving, so you don't want to die here, obviously. I'm playing it really slow. And again, you can see I'm just looking for action, right? I completely chunked out the Pantheon. I know this is going to be a 3v2. I'm really strong. Easy kill, right? And the Pantheon, he really is struggling, right? He has no idea what he can do. He's still over here bot side. It's not like he's top side, so I'm really looking to just, completely stomp him. Of course, some mechanics are going to be attached with that, but overall, the thought process behind this, I stayed here because I know his bot side camps are up. When I killed the guy, invading him, right, instead of doing Drake, might be not the greatest option, because all of them are coming out of base. But after me having done Drake and recognizing I have a bunch of gold, but I'm this strong, right? I have my Darksteel completely stacked, I have Lich Bane, my bot lane is coming, my backup. Then I decided, okay, I'm not basing, now I can fight him, right? Because that's where he's gonna be. And if it's not, I'm just gonna take his camps. After this, obviously though, I'm recalling. Now I have a really bunch of gold and really we killed him, so there's nothing to do. I also took all of his camps. Actually, Dark Matchers angle, so make sure you don't die as soon as you have Matchers. And obviously, Pantheon out of base, came bot side, I took his camps, we killed him, now it's going to be top side. I also have top side camps up. This is why I do not go to my bot side camps, because I know I want to be top side here. I have 2 camps up, so I have shit to do, and potentially I can just look to match him on the map here and, really suffocate his options. He really cannot do anything besides farming his camps. Right here I actually go top side because I have great setup again, I'm really strong. I want to use my lead on the entire map here. Even if the Pantheon is here, we're gonna fuck them really hard because we're this strong. As you can see, just one-shot this guy. Now Pantheon coming in for an hour. Even if he used that hour earlier, obviously you want to play it slowly in a way, so he doesn't completely chunk you and one-shot you. As you can see though, the concept behind all of this, I'm matching him. If he goes for a play, I'm gonna kill him. If he doesn't, I'm gonna kill his lanes, right? Or maybe invade him. Right here I actually got hit by the Vex. Obviously you want to sidestep that. That's all I can say to that, right? Again though, great thought process behind this. This is really how you have to think about the game. It's really not that hard once you know about this. Out of base here, let's see. Do I go to my bot side camps or top side? I know the Drake is gonna respawn in 2:40, in like 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I have bot side camps here, but I actually see my second Akshan fighting here, and the Krabs are spawning. So the thing is, the Pantheon immediately went topside and I killed him. His topside camps are gonna be up. The Krabs are gonna be up, they're fighting topside and I'm really faster. Your only other option would be to go to bot side camps, but again, there are Krabs. My team is fighting, his topside camps up. If he goes out of base and invades this, there is no Drake, there's nothing. He might get my bot side camps, right? But then I just traded for his topside camps, Krabs, and potentially, an impact on the topside because that's where they're fighting. So obviously that's where I go there. Let's see. We actually end up killing this set over here. Again, I'm topside here because I know the Herald is going to be spawning. After all of this, I'm looking before going for the Herald to just, see what the Pantheon is up to. He actually is on his red buff right now, so I'm just looking to, potentially mess with him. Again, I'm playing this kind of slow. I'm kind of 2v3 with my brand here, but I'm just playing to my limits here. I'm just looking to get those spears up, bro. Look at those spears, bro. They cannot fight this. By the time the fight is starting, I'm already, I already have them chunked out this hard, and as you can see, this is the result of it. Again though, I'm going topside, I want to match him. This is where the Herald is gonna be. After this, obviously you want to get Herald. It's not like I'm gonna lose my bot side camps here. I really want to get the Herald off the map and then play for bot side with my Herald. After this, I actually go for his Raptors because we just killed him, so obviously they deny him this camp, right? And yeah, at that point they already have F, the game is over. After this though, just to, for the thought process, I was looking to take his Raptors here, which I did. You can then go for his Crux and potentially use the Herald topside if they need it. Or you just base and play for the bot side camps, right? It kind of depends on the game state, and if you can do something on topside after Raptors, I think we can, because that's where my bot lane is going to be. So I would usually just go topside here, play for this tower, get it. Maybe I don't even have to use Herald. Then I'm just going to use the Herald to recall, which only takes 3 seconds. Go immediately bot side, play for Drake, right? Match him on the map because that's where his camps are gonna be. If it's not, I'm just gonna take them, use my Herald here. If he is bot side, I'm just gonna kill him, right? And if there's really nothing to do, I'm just going bot side here, play for the Drake, and then, play top side again, whatever. This is mid-game stuff. I cannot tell you what I would do here because I would have to see as the game set unfolds. But yeah, that's basically it for this game. This is how I'm able to completely stomp this game, and as you can see, the thought process behind it is nothing crazy. You just have to know about it. And this is really how you play champs like Nidalee. As you can see, even though I went for gank early on and it didn't work out, I think it was guaranteed. So I wouldn't say it was a bad play, it's more of a mechanical fuck up. Everything after that I did after this gank was completely jungle diff. And there's nothing this guy could have done because, Nidalee is this strong once you know how to really pilot this champ and about the tempo thing, how you have to play on the map and really match and trade the enemy jungler. Alright, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.